This is Jim Wexell. He covers the Pittsburgh Steelers. We're here at the NFL Combine. What the situation with Mr. Rudolph at quarterback and that unfortunate fight? What was your thought about that?
My thought was the racism charge was made up. You look at that tape. Miles hit him the play before a bit late. Yeah, nobody goes back to that. Go back and look at that.
Okay.
Then the next play, he kind of drives him into the ground. Mason maybe overreacted by trying to rip his helmet off, and that's why Garrett tried to rip his helmet off. Because Miles, if you look, Mason was twisting his helmet on the back a little bit. I mean, there was no sudden reaction to being called anything. And then the swing with the helmet, because Mason was coming at him. And I asked Mason later, why did you come at him? He said, because he had my helmet.
That makes sense. It's kind of a logical thing. It's kind of like, see dog run.
I'm not a Trump guy, and apparently Mason is. People have dug into his background. So that doesn't make me feel better about him. It doesn't make me feel worse. But
that's a client who's a Trump guy, so.
Well, I live in Pittsburgh, and there are more Trump guys, especially in my all-white counties surrounding Pittsburgh. And so, I want to believe he's some kind of a jerk for being a Trump guy, but I know him. He's a really nice kid. But people dug into his Twitter and saw that he supported Trump. That there were no racist remarks, but I just thought that was all trumped up by Garrett. There was no mention of it after the game. He apologized to Mason, and I thought it was BS. I really did.
Why do you think he did it to begin with? Why do you think he said that and dropped that?
An explanation for swinging like a madman. I mean, he was out of control, and he was.
Do you think maybe he thought he heard something in his head?
No.
Maybe he was drugged up or something?
I saw somebody on ESPN say that.
Yeah, I didn't know that. But
no, he would have said something right after. He would have told his teammates. He would not have apologized to Mason. I feel bad about the whole thing.
We're moving along. I mean, hell of a way to start off a conversation. How about bright lights? Your coach, Mike Tomlin. Thoughts? I'm a Tomlin fan. So
I am. He has had a losing season. He the criticism in Pittsburgh is that he's winning with Bill Cowher's players, Ben Roethlisberger specifically. I don't buy that. I even give Barry Switzer credit for winning his Super Bowl. A coach wins a Super Bowl. You have to bring everyone together. Yeah. You have to lead. Mike Tomlin won the Super Bowl 2 years after Cowher left, an 8-18. So I'm a big Tomlin fan. I really am. Tomlin and Cowher were two different guys. Cowher was more of a tyrant in the building, protected his players, barked at the media, ran a tight ship in the building. There were people more on edge. Mike Tomlin is more of an energy giver. You see Mike Tomlin in the hallway. Hey Wex, how's it going? He lifts you up. How's your kid?
He seems like he's more like Pete Carroll.
Pete Carroll.
Yeah, Pete Carroll.
You walk away from Mike Tomlin uplifted.
Yeah.
You just feel good. He makes you feel better, and that's a different kind of a coach.
Compliment. Wow. Yeah. That's something else.
Well, but the criticism that goes with that is that he allows you to. You're not on edge. You're not looking to improve constantly like Bill Cowher.
Right.
And so both ways are there are different ways to become a winning head coach. Mike Tomlin hasn't had a losing season. Look what he did last year without his quarterback. I'm Mike Tomlin. I appreciate Mike Tomlin.
Yeah, that's a great one. You guys had a first-round draft pick, an incredible first-round pick too. A linebacker. Steelers. Your thoughts about him?
Devin Bush?
Yes.
Well, it's reminiscent of Troy Polamalu, although Troy didn't play as much as Devin did. But once you expect in the second year all of that natural athleticism to come out like Polamalu's did his second year.
Yeah.
So looking at that kind of potential, and they also traded for a number one pick Minka Fitzpatrick.
Yes.
And that just
That was a brilliant trade.
it was a brilliant trade, yes.
Outstanding. Yeah.
Because it pretty much gave us our draft season off as journalism covered. We saw,
Which you deserved, I might add.
of course. Well, you know, when they traded Troy Polamalu, when they traded up for Troy Polamalu, they traded their third-round pick. If you remember, those were the days when the third-round pick was made that same first night. So you're working at 12, 1, 2 o'clock. So he gave us the night off then, and we went to the Pearl Jam concert that night. So we asked Kevin Colbert, hey, why don't you trade that second-round pick? Because they traded the third for Bush. They traded the first for Minka. Why don't you trade that second-round pick? And Kevin comes over to the table. He goes, if you guys don't show up for that first round that we don't have, I'm trading up into the first round just to spite you. So yeah.
Hey, man, how do they find you?
For the record,
I'm at Steel City Insider. I'm at the CBS 24/7 network, and I run a subscription service. I've been in Oakland. I covered Marvell Smith. I went to his hometown and talked to some people about Marvell one time for a book I did called Steeler Nation. It was a road trip book, and we went through Oakland. You told me that was your hometown.
Yeah.
That's the only reason I brought it up.
Yeah. Skyline.
Yeah, Skyline High.
Follow them, folks. Thanks, man.
Thanks, Eddie.
All right, man. See ya.